Hey there, Booksy. Welcome back to my channel. It is Sunday, December 23rd, which is going to make this video seem a little unlikely. I'm about to tell you the books that I'm planning to read. Yeah, planning to read in December. It's Sunday, December 23rd, and so this evening, well, tonight, my husband and I have tickets to go see the Phoenix Suns basketball team, which is why I'm wearing a Suns basketball t-shirt. My husband. I'm still a little giddy. I got married 2 weeks ago. Forgive me. Just indulge me for a few more videos. But yeah, tonight we're going to go see the basketball team. But today I'm going to be talking about the books that I'm planning to read in December. A couple of these are books that I've already read, or at least I'm in the middle of reading, which makes this video a little bit unlikely. But in 2019, I'm going to be starting a video series where I'm going to need to have a record of all the books that I plan to read and how I did with them. I'm kind of doing that now because I do a recap of my TBR at the end of the month. But in 2019, I have some plans for videos here on this channel. So I still want to record this video for completeness. So I'm going to share the books that I'm planning to read in December. I'm going to show them to you. I'm not going to talk too much about them because a lot of them are books that I've already mentioned in one video or another. Some of them are TBR books that I've been carrying over for a couple of months that I haven't gotten to and just really want to read before the end of the month. So stay tuned for my December TBR. So these are the 11 books that are on my TBR, definitely. I'll start here. This is A Lowland by Jhumpa Lahiri. This is the last of the 5-star predictions book that I have from my 5-star predictions video. I want to read that because I need to finish that series before the end of this month, which is the end of the year. Then we have a book by Kyung-Suk Shin, The Girl Who Wrote Loneliness. I originally requested 3 books from her from the library. I read one and returned it. I returned the other one without having read it. And then this is the last of those 3 books, which I haven't read yet and want to read. So I'm going to try to read that before the end of the month. Svetlana Alexievich, Secondhand Time, The Last of the Soviets. I'm supposed to be doing a buddy read of this one with K.A. Hopefully we'll get to that in December. Khaled Hosseini's Sea Prayer is very short. It's an illustrated book. Illustrated poem is more like it. This is what it looks like. This is kind of a cheat because I've already read this. I read it in about 15 minutes. This is Khaled Hosseini. You'll know. He's pretty well known for having written The Kite Runner, which I read and really liked. And I own 2 of his other books, And the Mountains Echoed and A Thousand Splendid Suns. I haven't read those yet because those are huge novels, but this was a really easy read. Then we have my 3 Man Booker Prize winning novels that I still have on my TBR. I'm not going to be finishing my Man Booker challenge by the end of December, but I'd like to read these 3 books. I'm currently reading this one. This is A Conservationist by Nadine Gordimer. I also have The Old Devils by Kingsley Amis and G by John Berger. I've told you about those books so many times that I definitely don't need to tell you anything more about those. Then we have this arc that I was gifted by Bethany from Beautifully Bookish Bethany. I wanted to read this before the elections, the primary elections. Didn't get to it. Then I had it on my nonfiction November TBR. Didn't get to it, but I'm gonna try to read it before the end of December. It's a pretty short read too. It is nonfiction, so it does require a little bit of thought. It's not really a book that you could skim. But it's less than 160 pages. It's 160 pages. No, it's less. It's 158 pages because all of this is just notes. So I think I could read this in a day. And I definitely should just put a day aside and just read this book so I can talk about it with Bethany because she raved about it and I should read it as well. Then we have this book, which is Days of Awe by A.M. Holmes, which I don't think I've ever told you about this one, except I got an arc from NetGalley and I didn't read it, but I wanted to read it back then, and so I requested it from the library, and it's a collection of stories. I read something else by this author before. The Safety of Objects, I think, is what I read and really enjoyed, so I wanted to check out this one as well, and I'd like to get to this. I think I could do some stories, some short stories before the end of the month. Then we have this other book that was a carryover from my nonfiction November TBR. This is Marina Keegan's essay and story collection. The author was killed, and so I've been intrigued by her story, and I own this book. got it in my 30 books for $3 haul, I think. So I want to read that one. And then this is the last book that's definitely on my TBR. I'm doing a buddy read of this one with Tiffany from Hierarchy of Reads. This is Putney, which is a kind of modern day take on the Lolita story. And it's about a man named Ralph, who's a composer, and Daphne, a young girl named Daphne, who's his muse. And so I think this is about what would happen if Lolita grew up and you got to see her story as from her adult perspective. And so these are the 11, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. So these are the 11 books that are definitely on my TBR. And then these are the 7 books that I talked about in my flowers video a few days ago. So if you haven't watched that video yet, I'll post it down below so you can still get a chance to vote on which of these 7 books I read before the end of the month. And so yeah, those are the 11 plus 1, 12 books that are on my December TBR. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know which of these books you're most looking forward to hearing me talk about. And of course, if you haven't already voted on the flowers video, you could also post a vote in the comments of this video to let me know which of those 7 books you want to hear me read and discuss in my December wrap-up. So thanks for watching this video. Let's talk in the comments. And until next time, happy reading. Bye.